240118.v6. Yeah, okay, it's done. It was a little bit more involved than I thought. Really the only goofarama thing was having to deal with two things actually. These wiring looms being in front of or in back of the lines that go to, you can see right there, these two little lines go to the hot air grid basically. And this bit of wiring harness is actually going to two sensors, and what they want you to do is to unplug the sensor, but those connectors, man, you don't want to mess with those. If you booger them up, you're hosed. You just really hosed. So what, rather than unclipping these two connectors and swinging it around underneath the grid harness, I unbolted the grid harness from the grid and swung it around. It's a much better way to do it. I got to talk to Banks because that was just, it was, you even get on the internet and you look at YouTube videos, how to unplug the map sensor and this FP sensor, fuel pressure sensor. They're really counterintuitive and you can mess it up really bad. So yeah, no. So that was kind of, that was a half an hour of screwing around to get that done. Then the other thing is the our wonderful dipstick, you know, because it used to come out like right here and straight. So I had to bend it, you know, mess around with it, tweak it a little bit, and then just kind of get it. And I had to rebend this, but it's not bad. It's just different. But, you know, overall, putting these studs in, tweaking them down, getting this stuff in, and then there's also this extra nice little grounding lug, because actually this heater plate here, originally they had graphite coated gaskets, which does give you a ground between everything because it's graphite in theory, graphite infused. But once you put the Banks supplied gaskets between the plate and the manifold and the heater grid plate and here, technically they're this is rather insulated, let's say, so that's why they end this. And it's a crap ton of current that goes through this thing. I mean, you can imagine. It's really fun. And also you have to take this guy off just so you can get in here and swing a wrench around. That's easy. That's those 4 bolts. Down into here, this went together really nice. And as you can see, going down, way down there, blah, blah. I ended up having to unbolt the washer fluid reservoir. Never fear. So the reservoir has actually a bolt down here too that you got to pop out, and then I could actually get a wrench in here and get to that top clamp on the bellows clamp for coming out of this guy. So yeah, no big deal. And I had to disconnect this fitting to get some wiggle room for this. But you know, overall, let me see, it's 5 o'clock. I started this at 2 o'clock, so 3 hours. 3 hours at, let me see, my billable's $150 an hour these days. You know, it's just turning wrenches. I don't get it. So yeah, if you paid some shop to do it, if you were lucky to get $1.50 an hour and they can blam through it, you know, it took my time. But that's $450 install on top of the $400 for the unit. So you're talking like $900 if you don't twist wrenches. The other thing that's rather interesting is the backside of this guy has all of these 1/8 MPT ports where you got to go screw these plugs in, and that's fine. There's 3 on the backside of it. I guess it was just for when they were doing testing to figure that out. And there's 2 MPT ports on the top here too, which would be kind of cool too. I might put a temperature sensor up there just to see what the intake temp is as it's, you know, going in there. There's this boss over here, which technically, you know, you can put the dipstick into that and swing it all over, but I didn't want to do that. I just don't know what's at the other end of the dipstick as far as how that's attached into the block. And this was close to where it was before, so I just kind of flattened it out back here, put a kink in. Well, I didn't get a kink, I just put a bend in here and then just stuck her over and did that. And it's still, it still dips pretty good. I mean, you get it all the way out here and you just gotta kind of work her in, and yeah, no big deal. Works fine, looks beautiful. I've yet to twist the key. So, you know, that's the next thing here. Let's go do that.